What up, YouTube? I'm Kyle Standridge here on the Manabeast channel. We played at the Spanky's Tin Box Tournament in Kansas City this past weekend. I took second place, and I was able to bring back 2 boxes of cards that we then distributed amongst the people in our community. Because, you know, as everyone should know, us people in Wichita, we are all about our community and group hugs and self-touching.
Self-touching.
You know.
So self-touching.
I call this deck not Revengers because, I'm awesome. So let's go ahead and start. I started Claudas. Most people, for whatever reason, are starting Goat, whereas I don't think Goat's very good. Just bluntly, Goat's not that good. Because, sure, grade 3 search OP because Raging Form Dragon's a thing, but 9 times out of 10, I never got the 3. So Claudas was just more consistent. Basically, it's just Counterblast when you're at grade 3, Counterblast 1, move it to Soul, Superior Call of Blaster Dark. So let's say you have a Dorint already on rear guard, and you do the skill, Blaster Dark comes out, and Dorint will unflip the damage for you. So it's a free call. So it's more consistent, it puts up rows, and it keeps you from negging from your hand. So it's a nice 1-for-1 exchange. It's my theory behind it, and then and I've tried like the draw starter, and it just didn't do anything really. It kind of sucked, to be honest. So that's that. For 3s, I played 4 Illusionary Avenger Mordred Phantom. It's the break right of the deck, limit break. 4, whenever another grade 3 rides on it, you can counterblast, or you have to counterblast 1 to Superior Call a Revenger unit, and it gets plus 5k power, and then the new Vanguard gets plus 10k. So there's tons of just in and out plays that you can do. Like, let's say like you have Blaster Dark in hand, so you can Superior Call a Dorint and then call a Blaster Dark, unflip the 1 damage that you used for the skill, and then at that point it's just a free call with an additional 5k to the row. So it's pretty good. And its other skill is when it attacks a Vanguard, it gets plus 2k, so it can hit cross rides. So it's pretty good. Next, I played 4 Revenger Raging Form Dragon. Pretty much the finisher of the deck. Its ability is a limit break. Whenever it attacks, or whenever at the end of the attack step that it attacked, you can retire 3 Revenger units, Superior Ride it as stood, and then it gets 10k power. So pretty much you get like 2 twin drive checks, and it's just nutty because it'll close games. Like, I've had people at 2, and I would go the first one, and they would no guard. I'd get my damage in, then the second one I'd go swing, and it would just end them like 2 to 6, like no problem. So it's pretty brutal. Next up, and its other skill, I should mention that. When it swings, you can counterblast 1 to give it 4k power. Or 3k. Is it 3k power? 3k power. I'm such a scrub. Next up, for the grade 2s, I played 4 Blaster Dark Revenger. I put this one over here because it's better because it's SP. Blaster Dark's skill is Blaster Dark's skill is very simple. Whenever he is placed on Vanguard or rear guard, you counterblast 2, retire 1 of your opponent's front row rear guards. OP. Next up in the lineup, we play 4 Nullity Revenger Masquerade. He is the Burning Horn Dragon of the deck. Controller Revenger Vanguard, and he gets 3k when he swings, so 12k attacker OP. Next up we have Dark Cloak Revenger Tartu. Pretty much she's my sexy bitch of the deck. Her ability is extremely good for the deck. It's whenever she's called to Vanguard or rear guard, counterblast 2, Superior Call a Revenger unit in the same column as her, grade 1 or lower. So it's pretty damn good. The wombo combos are just nuts. You can fill up your row pretty easily from like a Claudas and this, It's stupid. Next for the grade 1s, play the obligatory for perfect guards. They do perfect guard things. It's a standing rule in our group. Whenever you drop a Maclear, you have to say Merca, just because he's a fucking badass. Next up, you play 4 Barrier Troop Revenger Dorint. This is the damage unflipper of the deck. Basically, it reads, whenever a Blaster Dark Revenger appears in the same column as it, unflip a damage. GG life. It's pretty fucking OP. Then we play 4 K-Clones, Transient Revenger, Masquerade, 10k attacker. So 3k when it swings, you have Revenger Vanguard. And then I play 2 Malice Revenger Dylan. This is the special booster for Raging Form. Pretty much whenever you boost a Raging Form Dragon, you Soul Blast 1, gets an additional 5k. I really like this card over like Darkband Trumpeter. It's like Darkband Trumpeter just counterblast 1 Superior Call a grade 0 unit, which is cool, but the deck's really counterblast heavy, and I didn't want to use too many counterblasts. So yeah, this put in a lot of work for me. It just made it to where it made Raging Form just that much scarier to deal with. And then last off, my trigger lineup. Of course, I play 8 critical triggers. Air Raid Dragon found me all fucking day. 4 draw triggers. I did not sack into any Raging Forms with these. So anyone who thinks I did, I didn't. If I schooled you with Raging Form, I planned it out like 3 turns ahead. And then 4 heals. Because heals are good. So that's my deck.